So, Lauren, we have a diagnosis of dementia. The doctors have confirmed that. What are the next steps?
Okay, well, in our previous video, we discussed that it's very important to contact an attorney. Make sure that we have power of attorney, both medical and financial, for future decisions. That's the legal aspect of it. But what I want to focus on today is living with dementia successfully.
Okay, how do we live successfully with dementia? That's a great place to start.
It can be done. You know, as a society and as human beings, we tend to focus on a condition and a disease versus really looking at the person as a whole. As people, throughout the end of life, we still retain our full range of emotions. We still have our personal preferences. We still have the need to be in control and feel independent. And I think that I can probably best illustrate how we can tap into these to create a quality of life by sharing a story of one of our clients.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was wondering, how do we do that?
Okay, so obviously different names, but Mary and Ken, her husband, Ken's her primary caregiver. She is a master gardener. She loves to garden. Their yard is absolutely beautiful. She's always done most of the yard work. Mary can no longer push the lawnmower. She's not strong enough. It probably wouldn't be safe to give her pruning shears to go out and prune, you know, the trees and the bushes. But what can Mary still do? And that's our focus, is what can the person still do, not what they can't do.
So it's not, we're not running after her saying, oh, give me those shears back, and just saying, come back, sit down in the house, you know, watch TV.
Create situations for the person that they still have the ability to do. Things that they're passionate about that bring them joy.
Okay.
So what Ken did, took her to their favorite nursery. They bought flowers, went back to the yard. He didn't tell her just to plant the flowers. She wouldn't have been able to do it. There's too many sequencing tasks that are involved in that. He helped her down. They got together and they planted the flowers together. Mm. And while they were doing that, they were talking about how the earth smells, what it feels like, the beauty of the flowers, the colors. And olfactory senses, the sense of smell, is actually the strongest memory inducer there is. Mm. And so as they're doing this, they're remembering about their first house and they're talking about it. You know, the rose garden that they planted and that first bloom on her favorite rose bush. I mean, you're looking at this and so many aspects have been brought in to what Mary can do. Okay, you've provided cognitive and sensory stimulation. You've tapped into verbal skills. She's outside getting some exercise. More importantly, she's connecting socially with her husband. The two of them are sharing a moment of joy together and remembering life events.
Right. It sounds like we're really now focused on you know, loving the person as opposed to just caring for them. And I think of, you know, what would happen to me if I were in that situation where I was losing the ability to remember things. I can still do a lot of things.
Exactly.
You know, and if somebody were to treat me like I were a child and all they want me to do is sit down so I don't hurt myself, well, that would be really frustrating for me. There's still so much that I would want to do. Right.
And you still have the potential to do.
Right.
And so the focus becomes on creating quality of life and creating those moments of joy and instilling passion again.
Absolutely. And it makes so much sense. I mean, from my own personal perspective to look at the situation and think, what would I want if I were decreasing in my capacity? Mm-hmm. I definitely wouldn't want to just sit in front of the TV all day. I don't do that now. So, you know, for somebody to say just sit down and don't do anything, I think that would be really frustrating for me.
It's very important for the family members. Obviously, they know the person. As a home care agency, they share that information with us. We do a social history so that when our caregivers come in, they're able to tap into that as well and create that quality of life and maintain that quality of life.
And that's a lot of work too. You've got to have the energy to be able to put into that. So I imagine having somebody else come in and help with that is really important.
It's extremely important to either bring in other family members, friends, a home care agency such as ours that specializes in dementia, so that the primary caregiver gets some respite and relief.
Excellent. Thank you, Lauren.